My name is Gabriella Lozano, and I'm originally from the north side of Chicago. Before coming to Naomi's house, my life was completely different. My reality was hotel rooms, my reality was car rides, my reality was extreme violence, and coming to a home like Naomi's house really just completely turned my life upside down. I was in such disarray that for a while I didn't sleep on a bed because beds were such big triggers for me. So I actually slept on the floor for quite some time. And in the process of me making my transition into Naomi's house, I had to really just put my best foot forward. And the staff made it so easy to just be a mess because I was a mess. When I first came to Naomi's house, I was completely shell-shocked. I was not aware that even a home or programs like this even existed. Prior to coming to Naomi's house, I was at a facility. It was very scheduled. It was very much institutionalized. And coming to a home, not a facility, but a home, is what I feel like is the critical component to rehabilitating a woman who has been sexually exploited and sold into the commercial sex industry. When I got my first paycheck, I'll never forget it because the car ride there, I was looking at this check and it had my name on it, and it was only for probably $150. But I cried the whole time because that was my money. I didn't have to give it to anybody else. I wasn't being forced to do things I was not proud of to get that money. I worked hard, very legally, and that is just a memory that I will always carry with me because that day for me was just a really big reminder of I can do this. I'm capable of this. I really wasn't a spiritual person. In fact, I was an atheist when I first came to Naomi's house. I would tell everybody, you guys are a bunch of Bible thumpers. I would question people constantly. And for me, when I had that moment that I realized, wait a second, what if there is a God, was when I was going through a very hard, lengthy legal procession with my trafficker. And that's when I started really asking God, why would you cause all this pain? Why would you put me through this? Why would you let this happen to me? And I remember reading the story of Job. And I remember asking, just like Job, God, why are you forsaking me? But what gives me counsel and what gives me faith is knowing that the Lord doesn't give us what we can't handle. And the Lord doesn't just put people in situations just for no reason. While at Naomi's house, I had the beautiful opportunity of being baptized. And for me, being baptized was a symbol of just how new of a life the Lord had given me. In that moment, I knew I was redeemed, I was restored, and I was worth it. And that was just a really big moment in my life where I knew there was no going back. There was no turning back to the old person I was. There was no room for that anymore.